All right, future me. This is how to change the brake pads on the Hyundai 2016 Veloster. First thing you're going to want to do is get some wood or something to put in front and back of each front wheel, just to make sure it doesn't like roll away or something. Ideally, get some cardboard underneath where you're going to be jacking up the car. Items you will also need, aside from the clothes you're okay with dirtying, are some gloves, an adjustable wrench, ideally. For this car, I found that the, 9/16 and the 5/8 were useful. Also, I've got this ratchet socket wrench, and the size we've got going on here is, 14 millimeters. It comes with this attachment here, which is long and very useful. Also 14 millimeters, wherever it says that, there we go. And that's going to be useful later. And additionally, these pliers are what you need for compressing the calipers when you want to put the calipers back. Let's see. A scissor jack, which comes in every car, along with its accompanying tire iron and this handy dandy tool, a flashlight just in cases, and of course your brake pads, which the ones I have, they come not only with the pads themselves, but also these brackets. What was I gonna say? Brake pads. And this is for the rear brake pads, of course. That matters, I guess. Some brake pad changes are different from others. One more thing you'll need, which I forgot about, is a long tube of some kind. Metal, I think, is better for this. I happen to just find this lying around somewhere, kid you not. But I heard you can get one of these at Home Depot or something. And the reason you want this is for leverage. Especially because these bolts on the tire are sometimes machine drilled in. And that means ain't no way you're getting them off. Okay. Don't forget, lefty loosey. What I'm going to do here is try to loosen these just a little bit. And then I'm going to jack the car up to get the bolts all the way off. When I'm loosening and taking them off and putting them back on, I'm going to be doing a star pattern. This one, then this one, then this one, then this one, and then this one. Star pattern. Someone online expressed that was the best way to do it, so that's just how I'm going to do it. All right, now my bolts are loosened just a little bit. Not enough that I can do it by hand at all, but, now they're not super firm on there. There is a dual reason, there's really only one reason for why I have the cardboard, and it's to make sure I'm not fucking up the garage floor. You can already see, because of the pipe I was using for leverage, I kept banging it down, that protects it from that. But also, this jack is possibly going to make a dent in the floor. Who knows? Especially if you have a more sophisticated jack than this. But this is a scissor jack, standard, comes with the car. Righty tighty, gets it to extend. And under the car, you want to look for these notches, these two notches, and center it as best you can between them. So I might have to knock this over a little bit. And then, of course, once you have it in place and you've twisted it up by hand enough that it's touching the car, you're going to use this handy tool to hook in. And of course, it has this end here. See if I can do this practically one-handed. The tire iron goes over that. And so that will allow me to do the twisting motion as fast as I want by using this guy as like a crank. I hope that makes sense and you can visualize it, future me, because I only have one hand and I don't know how to prop this thing up. Okay, I've got the tire up in the air, extended the scissor jack. I didn't do it all the way because I kept hearing the other tires making little shifting noises, and I don't remember it doing that last night when I did the other tires, so it makes me nervous. Also, make sure that your emergency brake is on when you're doing this. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. But, you know, it's funny. You'll have to take that e-brake off once it comes finally time to take the calipers off, because otherwise they're clamped on there good. Okay, now it's time to get these bolts off entirely. Oh, and I forgot to mention, these scissor jacks are meant for quick emergency type stuff. Do not leave this up for hours doing a project or over the weekend or anything. It's, you know, load bearing right now. It's doing its best. See? Yeah, should do it. All right, this right here is the calipers, I believe is what it's called. And you can see the brackets right here and down below are the brackets I showed earlier that come with the brake pads. What we're gonna wanna do is unscrew this bolt that is connecting it. There's one on the bottom as well. And also this bolt, and there's one on the bottom as well, which is harder to get to. That's what the extension socket wrench is for. So with the socket wrenches and with the other wrenches, good luck. I'll come right back to you as soon as we get these things off. And just so you're not confused, to unscrew, we turn to the right, which would be lefty if you were looking at it. Now that those connecting bolts are off, we've got this sort of, this thing here. It's sort of pressing against it. Let's see, I don't want to do this. Yeah, turn it to the left. I believe you might need a wrench or something. There's one on the bottom as well. They are squeezing outward against the calipers, so it's harder to get it off. But, oh, wait, is that enough? No, I gotta do the other one a little bit. Okay, be right back. All right, I pulled this off. This little section comes off on its own. I knocked off the old brake pads. You can see they're super worn down. Got to these maybe just in time. Putting these in was a bitch. This was a little easier because I had practice with the other ones. But basically, one at a time, you're going to want to slot them in like a puzzle. Make sure that you slot in the one that goes to this open outer area before you slot in the one that's guardrailed by this. I don't know why, but that's going to be harder if you go the other way around. Possibly impossible. And then once you fit it in these wedge shapes precisely, you slide them back in carefully. And once you have the first one in, you can put the second one in, which is even harder. But that's that. And now we have to put it back on. Right. I forgot, before we can put it back on, we need to compress the calipers. That's this part here. We're going to push it down until it is flat against where the rubber is. And we're going to do that using these two notches and these pliers. So hopefully I catch this. You got to pinch and twist to the right. Come on. Come on. They're certainly not the easiest. It's a little easier as you go further down. One more twist to see if it goes any further. That should be good. And there you go. See? Now it's flat. Lastly, once you've put the tire on, you want to screw in those bolts just like you did, star pattern, one at a time. Getting them just down enough so that you can put in the next one essentially, and that bolt will stay in. And then once you have them all in, you once again star pattern until they get tighter and tighter, until one by one each of them can't be turned any further without turning the wheel. And this matters. Now we're going to set the car down. I'm going to release this scissor jack slowly back down. And then once these wheels are on the ground, I'm going to use my leverage pole right here to firmly tighten the bolts as tight as I can, but no need to go really overboard with this.